is the match day 30 fixture between Arsenal and Everton. And as it is now, we have, it's match day 30. We have 8 more matches to the end of the Premier League this season. For Arsenal, they've already played 31 matches. Everton are going to be playing 30 matches today. For Arsenal, they're going to be playing their 31st match today. So if Arsenal plays today, they have like 7 more matches to go, and then that will be all for this season. So for Arsenal, is a match that they must win. It's a huge match for them, because as it is now, every match is important for Arsenal. Because they have to be in the race for the title, to still be in contention for the title race. As it is now, every match is important for the Gunners. And then playing at home today is like a must-win match for them. They cannot afford to drop points. That's talking about Arsenal. But for Everton also have their reputation at stake. And besides, they will also be looking to get into the European sport. They'll be looking to get into a position in European football for next season. So they want to go all out in this match. Currently, Everton on the Premier League table are 8th. They occupy the 8th position with 43 points. So if they win today, it will give them a huge boost on the Premier League table, and it will push them upward. So they are also trying to vie, or they're also trying to play for a place in European football. So it promises to be a very interesting match between the two teams. Between Arsenal and Everton. Don't forget that the last time Arsenal hosted Everton at the Emirates Stadium, that match ended in a goalless draw between the two teams. The last time they played the Premier League match at the Emirates Stadium. And this season, Everton, in terms of, defensively, they've been solid. Their coach, David Moyes, has really put up a defensive structure for them, so that when they play away from home, they've been fantastic. In their last 6 matches away from home, they've been unbeaten, including winning 2 of those matches and drawing 4. So they've won 2 of their last 6 away matches, and they've drawn 4. They defeated Newcastle away from home, and this season they've defeated teams like Manchester United, Aston Villa, and Newcastle away from home. So they have a good away record. Talking about Everton. And talking about Arsenal as well, they have a good home record. This season at home, they've only lost 1 match. They played 14 home games in the Premier League this season. They've lost 1 match, they've drawn 2, and they've won 11 matches. So Arsenal have a good home record. What a match this is going to be. Before I go ahead, let me quickly read the lineup for today's match. For Arsenal, in goal, we have David Raya. And in defense, we have Jurgen Timber, William Saliba, Gabriel, and we have Ricardo Calafiori. In midfield, we have Martin Zubimendi, Declan Rice. Then for the forwards, we have Bukayo Saka, Ebere Chiesa in the midfield as well, Nuni Madueke. Then playing as a striker, we have Kai Havertz playing up front. Then for Everton, in goal, we have Jordan Pickford. In defense, we have Ghana, O'Brien, we have Keane, we have Mikolenko. In midfield, we have Ire Bunam, we have Guye. Then we also have playing for Everton, McNeil, we have Gooseberry Hall, we have Undiaye, and we have Beto. So what the match is going to be between the two teams. For Arsenal, for the remaining fixtures they have to play in the Premier League this season, as I said, they have about 7 more matches to go, because although it's a match, they 30 fixture for all the teams, but Arsenal have a game ahead of every other team. They have a game ahead of every other team. They've already, if they play today now, to make it their 31st match already this season in the Premier League. So, for them now, every match is important this season. Every match is important going forward. They cannot afford to draw points. The last time Arsenal won the Premier League was over 20 years. That was the last time they won it. And now they are 7 points ahead of Manchester City on the Premier League table. So if they win tonight, they are going to be 10 points ahead. Although Manchester City will play tonight as well. Manchester City will play by 9 p.m. Manchester City have 60 points. Arsenal 67 points. So if Manchester City win tonight, Manchester City will have 63 points. Arsenal will have 70 points. It will still be the 7 points gap if the two teams win tonight. But then, neither of the teams will want to drop points, especially Arsenal playing at home at the Emirates. They will not want to drop points. So for them now going forward, every match is really important. Talking about the Gunners and under Mikel Arteta, Arsenal have been solid. Offensively, they've been solid. In terms of high pressing, they've been fantastic. They've been good at set pieces. Almost all their goals, they've scored from free kicks and corner kicks. That's talking about Arsenal. In terms of possession football, they've been fantastic. Dominating possession, they've been really fantastic. And they've shown that they can score goals. I mean, they scored 69 goals in the Premier League this season. Man City and Arsenal have scored the most goals. They both have 69 goals each in the Premier League this season. And defensively, Arsenal have been solid. They've conceded the least number of goals, conceding 22 goals in 22 goals in 30 matches in the Premier League so far. So they've been solid defensively. That's talking about Arsenal. They've really been solid defensively, conceding the least number of goals in the Premier League. So we have the game tonight between Arsenal and Everton. The last time these two teams met in the reverse fixture, that match was played last year, December. Arsenal actually won. They won at Everton. They won away from home. They won with a 1-0 victory. And who scored was the man, Victor Gyökeres. Talking about Victor Gyökeres, he has the most goals for Arsenal this season in the Premier League. He has 10 goals. And across all competition, he has 15 goals. So he's the highest goal scorer for Arsenal in all competition this season. Talking about Victor Gyökeres. He's not going to start tonight's match, but then he has already scored 10 goals for them in the Premier League this season, and in all competitions he has scored 15 goals. And in the last time they met Everton in the Premier League match this season, he was the one that scored, and it was a penalty kick. So that's talking about the two teams. Now, looking at the two teams, this match, as I said, is the 13th match, and it will be played at the Emirates Stadium. Arsenal have already played 30 matches in the Premier League this season. They have won 20 matches. They have drawn 7 matches, and they have lost 3 matches this season in the Premier League. They have 67 points. They scored 59 goals, the most goals scored in the Premier League. So Arsenal, alongside Manchester City, are the joint top scorers in the Premier League this season, and they have conceded 22 goals, the least number of goals in the Premier League this season. So, okay. So, talking about how solid they are defensively, I mean, this is the proof of how solid Arsenal have been defensively. They've conceded 22 goals. That's the proof of how they have been. For Everton, in the Premier League this season, they played 29 matches in the Premier League. They have won 12 matches. They have drawn 7 matches. And they have lost 10 matches in the Premier League. They have 43 points. They've scored 34 goals, and they have conceded 33 goals. So they have a goal difference of 1. Goal difference of +1, scoring 34 goals and conceding 33 goals. That's talking about Everton. Now, let me do the match preview now. As I said, this match is a huge importance for Arsenal, because for them now, going forward, every win is important. Every win keeps them to the Premier League. I mean, every win now pushes them forward to the title. It shows that they are title contenders as they go forward, winning every match. That means that they are gunning for the Premier League after over 20 years. So every match now for the Gunners is a must win. It's a must win, including tonight's match. You know, they're playing at home, dropping points won't be too nice for them, playing at home. So every match is very important. But for Everton, as I said earlier, they have a good away record in the Premier League, defeating the likes of Manchester United away from home this season, defeating the likes of Aston Villa away from home, defeating the likes of Newcastle. And in their last 2 matches away, they've won their last 2 matches away from home. And they have a good morale going forward, because under David Moyes has really set up a good defensive structure. They are solid defensively. We said Arsenal are good at set pieces. Also, Everton are not bad when it comes to set pieces as well. So going forward, tonight's match promises to really be a huge match, a huge clash between two teams. Arsenal, who are trying to win the Premier League title after over 20 years, and for Everton, they are really fighting for a place in European football. I mean, they are fighting for a place in European football. So what's your take on tonight's match? Who do you think will win tonight's match? Let me continue. For Arsenal, they enter this match top of the Premier League table, protecting the lead in the title race. And a win for them in this match will boost their chances of winning the Premier League this season. That's talking about Arsenal. They are first on the Premier League with 67 points. And then when you talk about brilliant football, yeah, they've been brilliant, because they've been scoring goals. The hallmark of football is scoring good goals. They've been scoring goals. They've scored 59 goals this season. And defensively, they've been solid as well. That's talking about Arsenal. And when it comes to possession football, they've been fantastic. Set pieces, they've been breathtaking. So what else? And then they are gunning for the title after over 20 years. So they are really in a good stead. And a win for them in this match will boost their chances of winning the Premier League. For Everton, a win for them in this match will boost their chances of an European qualification spot. That's talking about Arsenal and Everton. On current form, looking at current form, Arsenal, They played a draw in their last match. That's in the that's in the Champions League match, first leg, round of 16 against Bayer Leverkusen. They played at the Bay Arena in Germany against Bayer Leverkusen. It was a draw in that match. It was a draw. So on current form, they played a draw in their last match. That's talking about Arsenal. But for Everton, in their own last match, they won their last match, a Premier League match against Burnley. They defeated Burnley by 2-0. But then, talking about Arsenal, the match they drew was a Champions League match. In terms of European football, beg your pardon, in terms of Premier League football, they won their last match. They defeated Brighton by 1-0. So in terms of Premier League football, Arsenal won their last match. But on current form, they played a draw in their last match. So, still talking about current form. Arsenal have won 4 and drawn 1 of their last 5 matches, while Everton have won 3 and lost 2 of their last 5 matches. Looking at the matches played by the team, their last 5 matches for Arsenal, their last match on Wednesday was against Bayer Leverkusen, and they played a 1-1 draw. That was a Champions League match. Before that, they played on Saturday, March 7. They played in the 5th round of the FA Cup against Mansfield Town. It was the 5th round of the FA Cup, and they defeated Mansfield Town by 2-1. And then also before that, they played on Wednesday, March 4. In the Premier League match, they defeated Brighton by 1-0. And then before that, they met Chelsea in the Premier League match that was played on March 1, 1st of March, Sunday. They defeated Chelsea by 2-1 at the Emirates. And on February 22, they played Tottenham away from home at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, and they defeated Tottenham 4-1 away from home. So that's Arsenal. That's their last 5 matches played. That's looking at Arsenal. For Everton, in the last 5 matches they played, on Tuesday, March 3, they defeated Burnley 2-0. And on Saturday, February 28th, they defeated Newcastle 3-2. That was a win. That was a major win away from home, defeating Newcastle at the St. James's Park by 3-2. Then on February 23, Everton hosted Manchester United at home, and Man U defeated them by 1-0. On February 10, Everton hosted Bournemouth at home, and Bournemouth defeated them by 2-1. And on February 7, Everton lost to Fulham away from home. Oh, sorry, beg your pardon. On February 7, Everton actually defeated Fulham 2-1 away from home. They defeated Fulham 2-1 away from home. So that's looking at their last 5 matches for Everton. So in their last 5 matches now, in the last 5 matches played by Everton, they've won 3 and they have lost 2 of their last 5 matches. So that's looking at it. And looking at Arsenal at home in the Premier League this season, they've had a good record. They've played 14 home games at the Emirates in the Premier League this season. And out of those 14 home games, they've lost 1 match at home in the Premier League. And they have won 11, they have drawn 2, and they have accumulated 35 points at home at the Emirates in the Premier League this season. So once again, Arsenal have lost only 1 match at the Emirates in the Premier League this season. And out of the 14 games they played at home at the Premier League, at the Emirates this season, they've won 11, they've drawn 2, they've lost 1, they've accumulated 35 points. That's a good record, impressive home record. For Everton, they have been unbeaten in their last 6 away games in the Premier League this season, with 2 wins and 4 draws. So for Everton, in their last 6 away games, they've recorded 2 wins and they've recorded 4 draws. They have won, and also they've won 2 away games. And out of the 5 away games they played, they scored a goal each. They've scored at every match out of their 5 away games. They've made sure that a goal was recorded by them out of all those out of 5 away games they played. So they have won their last 2 away matches, and they have scored in each of their last 5 away matches. Talk about Everton. Now, looking at the head-to-head record between the 2 teams, total meetings between the 2 teams, in over 200 meetings across all competitions, Arsenal have 113 wins, while Everton have 65 wins, and they've recorded 48 draws between the 2 teams. So total meetings have been over 200 meetings across all competitions, with Arsenal recording 113 wins, Everton have 65 wins, and there have been 48 draws between them. And then don't forget that the reverse fixture of this match that was earlier played, the reverse fixture was played last December. Arsenal won away at Everton. They won by 1-0 with Victor Gyökeres scoring the only goal for Everton, scoring the only goal for Arsenal in the match. I'm talking about Victor Gyökeres. He's the highest goal scorer for Premier League. He's the highest goal scorer for Arsenal this season with 15 goals across all competitions and 10 goals in the Premier League. Now let's look at the last 5 meetings between these two teams. Let's narrow all the meetings now to 5 meetings between the two teams. So let's look at how the two teams have met each other in their last 5 meetings. They met in the Premier League match. That was their last meeting. That match was played, as I said, on December 20 last year. Arsenal went to Everton and defeated Everton away from home. The match ended 1-0 in favor of Arsenal. Before that, they also met in a Premier League match. That was last season, April last season. That was the 2024-2025 season, April, where they both played a 1-1 draw. They both played a 1-1 draw in Everton. Then on December 2024, that was also 2024-2025 season match in the Premier League. They both played a goalless draw. It was a goalless draw that they both played. And that was the last time they met at the Emirates Stadium. That was the last time the two teams met at the Emirates Stadium in the Premier League match. The match ended goalless. And before that, they also met on May 2024 in the Premier League, where Arsenal defeated Everton by 2-1. And before that, they met in September 2023, where they both played, where Arsenal defeated Everton 1-0 at Everton. So that's the way they've played in their last 5 meetings. But what is really of importance now is that the last time these two teams met at the Emirates Stadium in a Premier League match, the match ended goalless. So what's going to happen today? And looking at Everton, they really had a good away form this season. And the time they met was in the 2024-2025 season at the Emirates. That was their last match at the Emirates. They went there to pick a draw. It was a goalless draw. So are we going to see that kind of thing today? Or is it Arsenal that will win at home this time around? We keep our fingers crossed and we'll see what happens today. But then, Everton have really proven that in away matches, they are really, they're forced to reckon with when it comes to away matches. That's talking about Everton. Now, looking at the players of this team, for Arsenal, as I said, Victor Gyökeres has scored 10 goals for them this season in the Premier League and is Arsenal's highest goal scorer with 15 goals in all competitions. We also have Bukayo Saka. Bukayo Saka has really been a thorn in the flesh of defenders this season, and of course, there's always been a thorn in the flesh of defenders. He's a player who knows his onions and he's got so much dexterity on the ball. So Bukayo Saka this season has scored 6 goals for Arsenal in the Premier League, and he has provided 4 assists. And he's really going to, when it comes to Bukayo Saka, he really plays out. He plays out with his heart, and so he's really one of my picks for this match, Bukayo Saka. And of course, he's in the lineup today. He's in the lineup to start against Everton today. Looking at Everton, there are some players who have impressed, including Kiernan Dewsbury-Hall. He has scored 6 goals for Everton in the Premier League this season, 6 goals in 22 matches, and he has 3 assists. That's talking about Kiernan Dewsbury-Hall, 6 goals in 22 matches, and he has 3 assists. Another player who has scored is actually a joint top scorer for Everton alongside Tiano Barry. For Tiano Barry, he has also scored 6 goals for them, but he has scored 6 goals in 29 matches for Everton in the Premier League this season. That's talking about Tiano Barry. He has scored 6 goals in 29 matches. And we have Jordan Pickford. Jordan Pickford has been so spectacular in goal for Everton this season. He has been making saves upon saves upon saves, including against Newcastle. That was a very brilliant save against Newcastle. And that save won him the best save of the month of February. Talk about Jordan Pickford. He has really been spectacular in goal. And whether Everton will be able to pick anything in today's match will go a long way. It will depend, so much on the goalkeeper, Jordan Pickford, who is renowned for making spectacular saves. Is he going to make such spectacular saves today? We'll keep our fingers crossed and see what happens. But one thing is sure, the match promises to be a very huge match. It's a match that will go a long way in deciding Arsenal title hopes this season. It will go a long way in deciding their title hopes this season. And one man to watch out for is Jordan Pickford, the goalkeeper. He started, of course, the goalkeeper of Everton, Jordan Pickford. He has been spectacular for them this season. He was spectacular against Newcastle, and then we're going to see him again We are going to see him again today. Now, looking at, so if you are just joining me, I'm doing the match preview of the match between Arsenal and Everton. It's going to be a huge match. Whatever happens today will go a long way in deciding whether Arsenal will still really be in contention for the Premier League. Right now, Arsenal are 7 points ahead of second place Manchester City. Manchester City will also play tonight by 9 p.m. Nigerian time. But then, if Arsenal wins now, they are going to be 10 points. Man City are presently second with 60 points. So if they win tonight, they'll go to 67. They'll go to 63 points. If Man City win tonight, they'll go to 63 points. If Arsenal wins this evening or tonight, if Arsenal wins, they'll go to 70 points because Arsenal presently have 67 points. So if they win tonight, they'll go to 70 points. But then Arsenal are going to play at home and they will not want to drop any points. They will not want to drop any points because they have 7 matches and that's the end of the season. They have 7 more matches to go. Every team now has 8 matches. For Arsenal, they have 7 matches. So they cannot afford to drop points at all. So it makes the match a very huge and crucial